Hey everybody, today my guides and I wanted to ask you a question. How often do you tell yourself good job? How often do you self-validate and appreciate what you've done, what you're doing, or what you've gotten through? How often do you actually do that within your own mind, heart, and spirit? And how often do you do it without jumping to, okay, now I have to do this? Or, okay, good job, now the next thing. This is a habit and a pattern that way too many of us as empaths have in seeing and appreciating and feeling like it's our job to validate the beauty in others and not do that for ourselves. It's a wound that cannot be healed by other people validating you. And it's often a wound that is enforced or reinforced by our childhoods, because sometimes it does come from our missions or our past lives. But even in those cases, it's always, or always in my experience, perpetuated by the childhoods that we've incarnated into in this lifetime. It, in my opinion, comes from the empath narcissist polarity, and it also comes from the fact that many of us as empaths and light workers and higher souls, right? Because no one is really higher, it's just that we've gone around more times and come back with more knowledge and less of the veil than some others. And we've incarnated into families or growing up environments where people love us conditionally, right? And loving conditionally means that they love us based on who we are to and for them, and not just for who we are. And it also comes from being praised conditionally, so being told good job only when we've done what the other people wanted us to do or thought was important for us to do, or didn't want to do themselves and asked or encouraged us to do for them. And in my opinion, the biggest aspect it comes from is from growing up in environments where clearly on a soul level, we were probably the more mature soul, and we were the ones more willing to be self-aware and responsible for energy, and our parents or caretakers or elders, older siblings too, were maybe not ready in their soul growth to do that, and so they sought validation in and from us, right? They could also seek validation for themselves from our accomplishments and try to siphon that. And growing up in an environment and in an instillment of a pattern where someone only appreciates you or validates you or honors you or allows you your praise or time or space or healing or replenishment, whatever it is, when it is beneficial to them, is very deterrent to our own self-worth and remembering and fully living and embodying and honoring our own power. And it becomes a pattern that can perpetuate as we grow up in our other relationships, in our friendships, in our lovers, and even in our clientele and the way we conduct our business. So what do you do about that, right? Well, of course, there is probably some inner child healing and some deep dive work that should be done. I recommend sitting with yourself, praying, meditating, journaling. But there is a practical skill that can be started right now, today. And that is find little ways and little moments to take time and space to honor yourself, to validate yourself, and tell yourself good job every time, or as often as you can remember at first, that you do or get through, right? This is a big time of getting through. Anytime that you do or get through anything, even if it's not everything that you wanted to do, even if it's not everything that you wanted to get through, even if you only completed one little piece of what you wanted to, thought you would have, could have, should have, try to drop all that and give yourself a moment of saying good job, of time and space and praise and appreciation. And I know we all have busy days and busy lives and lots of tasks. And so if you can only do this for a few seconds, that's fine too. It really does go a long way to tap us back into those cycles of self-love and self-worth and self-honoring and replenishment. And what it can also do is help us start to chip away at that pattern and that wound of keeping ourselves on the hamster wheel of actually being counterproductive by never taking or allowing ourselves to receive the time and space for honoring and replenishment, never really being able to fully acknowledge and celebrate our accomplishments, big and small, and also not appreciating or fully taking in when the universe does send us people that generally do validate and appreciate us, and we sort of block them and that process and that honoring. And in putting those blocks up for ourselves, we're also, even if we think we're hustling, right, and being very productive with, okay, did that, next thing, next thing, next thing, next thing. Even if you think it's feeling good and you're riding a high wave of that, if you're never taking the space and the energy to appreciate what you're doing, you are being counterproductive to your progress. Because even if it's going really well for you, it's not going as far as the universe and your higher self want it to go, because you haven't said, that's good, that's important. Maybe it's not perfect, but I did it and I'm happy with that and I'm proud of myself for that. So in taking the time to do that, we're chipping away at that wound, we're repatterning it and replacing it with appreciation. We're allowing the things that we do for ourselves and for and with others to go farther, right? Because even when we do something for someone else, or even being paid for it, if we don't take full stock in it, the other person doesn't really have it in their attraction and energy signature to take full stock in it. So every time we are downing ourselves or disappreciating ourselves or not taking those validation moments, it's as if we're putting a block there to not let that goodness go as far as it needs to for us and others. There are probably also mental patterns that you wish to combat, of self-deprecating and not being able to appreciate. So it might feel, and probably will feel, inauthentic at first for you to tell yourself good job, even just for the little things and the little steps. I want to let you know that's normal, that's okay. Keep at it. Keep knowing that you're doing a good job every step along the way, and let that gratitude and that self-worth and that self-appreciation start to get you in the better flow and in the better timelines and in the better attraction mode to have the motivation and the energy to hop to the next task without needing to just jump to it and barrel through it and not feel confident in it. Not that we're going to feel confident in everything we do or in everything we have to do, but if we have no moments or seconds for gratitude and self-appreciation in our day, we are putting a huge block on our personal power streams and on the streams of help that want to come to us and through us from the universe. So I hope that has helped you today. I hope this is a practice that you could really get into. Please share this message with someone that you think will find it helpful. bookmark it and come back to it as a motivation for you to stay in practice of doing this mentally. I would love to hear how you're doing, or any thoughts or feedback you have on it in the comments. Please respect each other in the comments. Like, share, follow, subscribe. I have a PayPal open and always linked in my bio or the description. If my work has helped you and you wish to send a gratitude donation of any amount, that's very appreciated. And I also offer quantum sessions if you would like help looking at your patterns objectively and get more specific tools to work through them. I offer quantum healings on a consultation basis first if you want help working through that energy, and also one-on-one packages. I have my damseldesigns.com shop where I offer many spiritually based products and tools, so I hope you will check that out as well. And I am sending you so much love and light codes today, and I want to let you know, no matter how it feels right now, you're here and you're doing a good job, and the universe is proud of you. I hope you're proud of you too. I will see you next time. Love, Danielle. #Damsel @DeesEnlightenedEdits. Bye for now.